My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask you for pardon of my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Last week I told you the story of a confession that I heard, two confessions that I heard on the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, 16th of July, and that it got me thinking about confession and how God so wants us to go to confession. Well, this is a story that I heard from a priest from the shrine of Our Lady of Ciudad in the north of Spain. I was there on holidays, a lovely place, highly to be recommended. And the saint who had it built, Saint Josemaria, wanted the main miracles that would happen there to be miracles of confession. And this was kind of one of those miracles. He had built, when it was built, there was 40 confessionals in the basement area so that there'd be lots of opportunity for confession. It's a beautiful shrine. It is a beautiful reredos, and it is a stopping off point for tourists on their way from France to Spain or Spain to France, because it's very near the border. And so quite often during the day you'd have these buses pulling in full of tourists who are just passing by and popping here for another very nice thing to see. And so this priest, who was the vice rector of the shrine of Torre Ciudad, Don Javier was his name, he was hearing confessions one fine morning, and he heard a group of these pilgrims who had clearly arrived, got off their bus, and they were coming back from France, as it turned out, and exploring the shrine, and they'd come down to kind of explore the basement of the crypt area, which is also very beautiful. There's some beautiful little oratories in there. And he decided, just because he was the vice rector, to go out and say hello to them. And it was a big bunch, slightly elderly men and women being led around by a lady. She, as he put it in Spanish, she had a mala pinta. She looked a little bit unfriendly, to put it that way. But anyway, what he did was he said, I'm here, my name is Don Javier, I'm here hearing confessions. If anybody of you, of course, wants confession, you'll be more than welcome. I'd be delighted to hear a confession. The lady, Mala Pinta, she, however, said, no, sorry, we're very busy, tight schedule, so none of this group will be going to confession. But he said, well, of course, whatever. But one of the ladies in the group, an elderly lady, she actually appeared to want to go and was saying, well, I wouldn't mind. And so finally, Mala Pinta gave in and let her go to confession, saying, be quick. Not very encouraging. This lady came in, made a very, very good confession to Don Javier. She was delighted with her confession. They exchanged visiting cards. He had a little visiting card. She had a visiting card. She gave him one of his. She was so happy with her confession. When he gave her his little visiting card, she kissed it as a kind of sign, well, you've been so good to me. Anyway, off they go. 2 weeks later, Don Javier received an email from the son of this lady. He described how she had returned home from the trip to France, but above all, she was just so thrilled with having gone to confession. She gathered all the family together. It's a big family. She told them all about her confession. She had a big bottle of champagne. They all celebrated her confession. She died the next day, elderly. It wasn't the champagne, she was elderly. The family decided, the son particularly, that they would get in contact with the priest to thank him for the joy this confession had brought to their mother, literally 2 weeks before she died, and I would say went probably straight to heaven. Anyway, the family also then came to the shrine of Torre Ciudad sometime later. It was a longish journey. And again, a good bunch of the family went to confession because of the mother, basically, because of what the mother had done and her witness to the sacrament of confession. Makes us think, doesn't it, how happy confession makes us. And in a way, what greater thing is there than to have an easy conscience, not to have things gnawing away at our conscience. What a lovely thing it is to experience sacramentally the forgiveness of God. To hear those words of the priest saying, I absolve you from your sins. They're gone. They're completely gone. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful miracle. Then also, having the joy of that experience, what a wonderful thing it is to share that joy with others. It's beautiful that she went home and she didn't keep it quiet, her secret confession. She let it be known to everybody. And the champagne celebrating this joyful moment in her life when God clearly moved her to make it. God knew, of course, she didn't have long left. God moved her to get confession. She got the confession, was so filled with joy, and then shared that joy just before God took her to himself. It's a very beautiful thing. Next time around, I'm going to tell you a little story about somebody who did something actually with me, a friend who shared the joy of confession with me at a certain point in my life. So that's the next time around. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.